During a special meeting of the Nctf earlier today, the conditional re-entry of the stranded Guyanese was approved. According to a statement from the task force, this move would see Guyanese from New York and New Jersey in the U.S., Trinidad and Tobago, and several other countries returning home. These persons would have already been registered with the embassies, high commissions, and honorary consuls in the countries they are stranded. The approval is strictly subjected to a series of conditions. The conditions for re-entry stipulates that only Guyanese nationals who would have registered with the various foreign missions by May 21st complies with the requirements of the Public Health Ministry and other governmental agencies and are tested for COVID-19 and results submitted 48 hours prior to arrival and are covering their own travel expenses would be able to return home. Dual citizens are not catered for at this time, and re-entry is only permitted by air. The Nctf reiterates that no person who tests positive for COVID-19 will be permitted entry into Guyana, and that all arriving passengers must undergo the PCR tests and submit the results, which must be in English at least 48 hours prior to their arrival in Guyana. The task force is urging those qualified to return home to contact their nearest diplomatic missions to complete the necessary paperwork and submit the requisite documentation and information. The Nctf also reminded that Guyana's airspace remains closed and that the flight applications for those returning home must be submitted by the airline or operator to the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority for approval. Meanwhile, the People's Progressive Party Civic's presidential candidate Dr. Irfan Ali today expressed satisfaction with the Nctf's decision to allow the re-entry of those stranded Guyanese, but noted that there are many other stranded Guyanese around the world. Ali also stated that the same criteria used for the return of those Guyanese nationals could be utilized for the return of the international observers, notably the Carter Center, which the government has been using the COVID-19 pandemic to lock out.
I am of the strong view that with a strong public health criteria, there is no rationale and there is no reason to deny international observers the right to be here. And I say the right because we are part of a global community. We are part of an international community. We don't operate in a vacuum. We don't operate in isolation of what is taking place in the rest of the world. We are signatories to many, many agreements. We are signatories to international standards as it relates to democratic norms, good governance. We are part of the global community, and we have a responsibility to ensure that we do not deny these agencies.
Ali also expressed his gratitude to the National COVID-19 Stakeholders Forum, which he created to aid the battle against the COVID-19 pandemic. Reporting for the Evening News, Luke Arbaguret.